Bom
Bom dia.
dia!
Hey, I'm
How?
coming in, just finishing brushing my hair. It was like working with wood. So
No
I have
worries.
some chips.
At least one of us has hair,
Oh, somebody has to.
right? Exactly.
Check this out. I moved to a new location.
I saw a picture you sent me. I love it.
Yeah. So now I'm
My
gonna live
parents,
here. The rocket we're building here next
yeah,
to the van. Yeah. Let me
looks so
see.
good.
Yeah, man. It's fun. So I'm working now on the. I saw the vision a few days ago that the rocket has to have this kind of if it goes like a rocket, and then it has to have antenna in the
Mm,
front. So I'm making now an antenna.
I love it. I love it. I love
I'm
it.
gonna
I
fly
think
high.
that uh so tell me a little bit about the rocket and how you're designing it.
Pretty much we designing like, well, with a few people. We just threw the ideas on the table, and then we would figure it out. Which one is the best, or like which one is the most suiting, and making decisions collectively to choose one or another way. Of course, like we also open always to. We are like so we are three main builders right now, and we all have different kind of experiences, long many years experiences when it comes to carpentry or building or whatever hand kind of jobs. So it's pretty cool to three people from different backgrounds, different so for example, Toby is like, he's building stages all over the world, and he is now has a project in Dubai coming, Aladdin. So he designing and creating and building like a DJ stage book, or Aladdin lamp, or a flying carpet, these kind of stuff. And so yeah, we worked with him and with figuring it out how we build a small model of the rocket, and then we start see how we can build. And now we have another man from Germany. He was funny because they found him through Woofer's World Organic Farming
Mm,
organization, which you can find a place where you want to go and learn about organic farming. So people are coming here from that organization to learn about cork oak or clay or whatever, or how to grow stuff. And they posted that we are building a rocket and we need help to build the rocket. And this guy Jeremiah, he read this post about that we need to build a rocket, and he's like, yeah, it's me, it's me, it's me immediately, very clear. So I feel like when we communicate out, what we need, then the universe just brings what we actually need. So we don't need much more people to build it, because it's a fairly simple construction now when we figured it out, kind of, to some degree. And we do changes on the way, to answer your question. So like, for example, we wanted to have anchored with steel in the ground, and then the machine doesn't work the way we wanted, or the way we calculated. So we have to come up with a new solution, and be pro creative when it comes to execution. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun process. So yes, creativity and exploration, and brilliant minds together. So this is
yeah.
the main pole. This is the headquarters, mission control. Now maybe this one is mission control. I don't know which one is that. And yeah, so this is, I'm making this carving from 9-meter pole.
Wow.
I'm gonna make this kind of rounded shapes here. So, and then make three. Pup is gonna be like these bumps.
Wow.
And you see what we done. We have uh, we have this big jackhammer, so we were able to with the force to make these kind of holes where we're gonna put here the main hole, and yeah. slowly
Dude,
happening.
it's amazing. And I love seeing all the woodwork that you're doing. It's profound. Like the woodwork is amazing. Honestly, like it was so funny. I sent you that picture of Dad yesterday doing work on the wood as well. So
Yeah.
amazing. So cool, bro. Andrew,
So the,
bro.
Good morning, friends. What's going
hey,
on?
good morning.
Hey,
Life,
buddy, how you doing?
life is happening.
Oh, I know. I know. Life is always happening, man.
I know.
Where are you these days?
Me?
Yeah, which cork farm are you on?
So
He
here
was
you go.
he was
You can
just
have a
showing
look.
up the launch pad.
I was showing. I'm on the launch pad of the rocket. So this is my garden coming
Ooh.
out. This is the balcony. I have the
Oh,
view. Yeah, that's the view.
beautiful. Man, I
And
can't
that's
wait to
the
come visit.
rocket
Are you gonna go
launching
to
pad.
Pinkfest?
What's that?
Are you gonna go to Pinkfest?
What's Pinkfest?
Oh man, we're building rocket, pink rocket.
Well, I know about that. Yeah, but when and where is Pinkfest?
Here where I am, where the rocket stands. The Pink Fest is where the pink rocket
Yes.
in a Corky town. In a Corky town,
Yes.
uh, and it starts on 31st of this month and finishes at 4. We're gonna have a build
Uh-huh.
week before, so it's like we already here. So anybody who comes is gonna be a part of it.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but that is my anniversary weekend with my wife, so she might want to do something else, but I will pitch it.
Maybe she
Cool.
would come. Maybe she wants to go too.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like she would come with me. That's just a
Yeah.
pretty outrageous adventure and we have
That
some
would
other
be cool
adventures we
though,
need to
right?
plan. Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
that'd be
it's
cool.
amazing. We'd love
kind of
that.
like it's like it's event you don't want to miss, really, literally. I guess
Yeah.
it's a pink fest. Everything becomes pink. We have the whole universe, which is no neighbors and stuff. It's just it becomes pink reality, pink planet.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna be jealous. I'm gonna see this again and just be like, come on, guys, you're killing me. I want some fun. I think I did confirm. I think we're going to Oktoberfest in Munich this year, finally. I've never been, and my wife's boss just kind of invited her, so I think I will be in Germany in September.
Hmm. Cool.
But those are kind of the only international plans I have right now, except I am in Canada for my first time ever. So that's cool.
Hey,
When do you come to Canada?
I'm here now. I'm in Toronto.
Oh, oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just here for the weekend. I was supposed to fly out this morning and go back to LA. And Ariel was like, just go enjoy the weekend. I have one of my best friends who I haven't seen in a long time is here. So we got to have dinner last night and catch up. And yeah, so it's been nice. And I wanted to catch up with you guys. And then I'll probably go hit the gym, maybe go to the sauna, get a little sport in, a little schwitz, just a good Saturday.
of course, of course, that's what we do.
How are you guys doing? Talk to me.
Well,
How are you,
I
Eric,
think
today? Eric has not checked in yet today. What's cooking with you? I've been taking it now. You're taking now. Let's give the mic to Eric.
Hey.
I've been I've been really fascinated with this whole energy transition. So we're really building a lot of momentum in Alberta, and this transition is really profound, and it's really starting to be ignited like across the province, which is really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and a lot of people are talking about it of like how Alberta is going to really bridge a lot of the future of the economic paradigm. So I am excited to be at that forefront and
I love that.
continuing to build this responsible way for our future. And it's interesting because, so many people are talking about it, yet very few are actually listening. Uh, So it's interesting how we are just really paying attention to it. And what I love is that the province itself, like a lot of different businesses or new age businesses are really starting to come out of the woodworks and reach out directly to me. And it's like total magnetism.
Yeah.
And it's not even me doing anything. It's just me like leading in a way that is adding value to our collective future so that we are bridging our collective responsibility as a family and anchoring it into like a sound strategic building block. And I think that this is something that I find very fascinating when we're in any environment that things are new, because we're very early adopters, fellas. I mean, you guys know this, but what I'm for anybody listening, like we're such early adopters of what we're building here for the future that it's like people can't even comprehend it yet because they don't
Hmm.
know that they're part of a system that's broken, or they've been part of a system that's broken and they're still holding on. And it's scary to let go of a system that is literally falling apart. It's really scary. Like there's a lot of fear and a lot of anger, a lot of emotion, as you guys have seen in our community. So there
Hmm.
is things that are popping up that are really triggering for the collective, and it's showing up in so many ways where we just have to be peaceful, proactive, and move with that strategy. So this for me is really exciting because it's bridging an awareness of a new paradigm where people are seeing that level of compassion and empathy in the way that we're all showing up with action, which is exciting.
Cool, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. It was funny. So yesterday I went dancing. So I've been dancing with my Polish dance group that I haven't danced for like 15 years. 15 years. We got a Polish event happening on the 25th of May because our instructor 40 years ago started and he passed away a few years ago. But his daughter is continuing, kind of his legacy on. And so it's the 40th anniversary on the 25th. And I haven't danced for like 15 years, but I came back like 2 weeks ago and they're like, Eric, it's like you haven't even like left. It's so stuck it's like in the body. And it's so amazing because like you're sitting there and you're talking with some of these like all of us like, older now. But everybody is like, wow, like where where have you been? Like it's like you just picked up. But it's so amazing to be back in that level of body, and that's how we anchor. This is like bringing it all to the ground and being back in our culture and in our essence and in our truth. It's so nice to just see old friends and um from a different perspective. So this has been a lot
I'm
of
so
fun for
happy
me as
to
well.
hear, Eric, that you're enjoying time there in Canada, at home, and meeting community and family and like hanging out with the old friends. It sounds and feels so healthy. It's such a beautiful like closing the as you were talking about so many years of traveling around the world 3 times, and now like finally like Alchemist came back home, and it's just like another magic.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Brothers, honestly, I have to say that, and it's so grounding because you're there like when you were a kid and you're dancing and stuff like this, and like these are people that grew up with you, and you're back there and you're back in that same like playfulness, innocence, nature, and you're all dancing again, and they're like, it's like nothing has changed. It's just like we gotten older, and everybody's allowing themselves to kind of be those innocent, playful. And so it doesn't matter, what people have gone through, what they've experienced, what wisdom or struggles or problems. It's like everybody is treating each other with that same level of playfulness and kindness that we did originally. And nothing's changed. It's just our ages. It's so fucking amazing. It's so grounding because you anchor back
Like sounds
that
like
like
a healthy
yeah,
mirrors, you know, like
yeah,
you could like that people saw you many years ago and now see you again. It's like it's a different kind of depth of reflection, I guess.
yeah. Yeah, so it's been a real joy. It's been a real joy.
That's awesome, man. You look happy, you sound happy. I love
I
seeing
feel so
that.
happy.
How far away are you from each other in Canada? Is like are you in on same
Like 4 hours, we said, right? We're
4 hour
way,
flight.
way far.
4 hour flight. Yeah.
4 hour
Yeah.
flight? Oh, gosh, that's
Yeah, we're not even
crazy.
close. So where are you? You're way, way far east from me then, or are you the other
West.
direction?
West,
Oh,
yeah.
you are. How close are you to Vancouver? I'm kind of
Yeah,
an
so
idiot.
an hour, you're not an idiot. 1 hour flight from Vancouver.
Just Canadian geographically, I'm an idiot. Very niche idiot. Okay, that makes sense to me. And I really do want to go to Vancouver as well.
I can't wait, bro. Like, we just I think that the best thing to do is if we start planning some of our experiences around the continent and
Hmm.
things like this with whatever, like any events or things like this, and we start talking about it more, maybe there's a way in the future as we start to bridge even more stuff together, and there's a way that we can show up at these events and just really shine like the sun, you know?
Oh man. You know it, baby. Just like Madeira all over again. That was the best event. So happy I met you guys. I do think I will be in Seattle later this summer because my best friend lives there and I haven't been able to visit him yet. And I said the second you see like a sunny weekend in Seattle, I'm just going to book a flight. And then I say I'll pop up to Vancouver too for maybe a couple days. And if anyone's around, that'd be great to meet up. If
Yeah,
if you're still there, Mr.
100%.
World Traveler.
Let us know, and we'll figure something out. And if not, then Elaine is also gonna be there too, right? So Elaine is living there as well.
Hmm.
So just let's keep informed so that we can really just make a plan too.
Yeah,
You
later
know,
this summer.
I think ideally the best and the coolest approach of life, or like just what we're doing it all as a team, is like having an open schedule or a planner that, hey, like we're all planning to go to this event or that event, or this is happening and that is happening. And we can really start to build a sound structure of like meeting up and then creating experiences or events at these other events that are outside to continue to build the community. And so it can bridge a lot of opportunities of building and creating more responsible role models.
Hmm.
How was
This
your
is
adventure in Toronto, Andrew? Like how
Very
did you
nice.
was it successful or
Very
what is your
successful. So I flew in late. Well, yeah, I flew out Thursday night from LA and got into Toronto at like 1:30 a.m. And I think I posted a couple things in my ASE Ventures group. Yeah,
driving?
if you saw that. So landed at 1:30 a.m., drove down to Buffalo, New York. So I crossed the
Oh,
border at 3 a.m., stayed at a hotel there, and just literally slept for like 4 hours, and then woke up and I went and met the host of a Bitcoin mining company. So he has his facility in Buffalo, New York, that we're looking to host the first 100 machines for Mastermind to tokenize our Bitcoin miners. So that's what I was doing. I'm still doing my final due diligence. My lawyers are reviewing the contract. I'm trying to get the final insurance quote, but I think Monday I'm pretty much placing the order and getting the 100 units set up and ready to ship out to this guy. He is probably one of the smartest like Bitcoin mining hosts I've met, so I'm going to be able to grow with him, which is going to be really exciting. He's a mechanical engineer with a specialty in thermodynamics, and he was in Sweden this last week as an expert witness for one of these Bitcoin mining trials. So he's very, very technically intelligent. Then it gets even more fun. I met with him. I visited the site. It's very interesting. And Bitcoin mining is just such a wild business. It's in an old plate factory, like a derelict plate factory in New York that looks like a fucking abandoned horror film. Like it is the wildest thing. And so, but that's the nature of the industry. And after that, I drove back up to Toronto and came here and met with two gentlemen that work with Mark really closely, who run a hedge fund called Avon Capital, and they're a Bitcoin hedge fund. So they cold storage Bitcoin for really big clients and mostly Bitcoin miners, and then help manage your Bitcoin, meaning like, well, they cold storage it they're all SEC registered, and Paxos is their partner that cold storages it. But then they help you manage the volatility of Bitcoin. So if you're a company like me, you can't just stack sats and like blindly hodl, because that's a really dumb financial move. So they'll actually run option contracts. They will not, sell my Bitcoin, or they don't hand it off to 3AC Capital to go find some yield or any bullshit. The company has to be an accredited investor. But essentially, these two guys were absolutely brilliant hedge fund managers. One of them is ex NHL hockey player, or whatever the Canadian Hockey League is, and his very wealthy family runs the biggest like hockey training camp in Canada or something like that. Super interesting guy. Spends his summers partying with Deadmau5, aka Joel Zimmerman, and like getting him ladies at the pool. Like the stories were just very interesting. And then the other gentleman, Jonathan, um, wicked fucking smart. He's a forensic accountant and was also at the trial as an expert witness in Bitcoin. And the dude grilled me. We had the best conversation because we actually went into the details of like, Andrew, this won't work because of this. And then I'd sit there and solution with him. How are we going to get through this barrier? Financial, technical, logistical, insurance. He probed everywhere. And at the end of the probe, like 2 hours later, he's like, Andrew, you're going to raise money. We want to grow with you. And like Mark trusts you, and now I trust you. And I think you still have a lot of things to figure out. And this isn't there. We still have a lot of unknowns, but you're onto something. So let's go make this happen. So great meeting with those guys. Absolutely, like, love them. Can't wait to start working with them, and everything's so good, my friends. And then my wife was like, I was supposed to fly out this morning at 4 a.m. after seeing my friend last night, and Ariel was like, stay the weekend, even though it's Mother's Day. But she was like, stay the weekend, catch up on your work, get healthy, hit the gym. I also just did a 72-hour water fast. So I'm trying to reset my dopamine levels. I flushed out a ton of toxins in my body. Trying to get going on a cannabis tea break, going on a coffee break, like I'm going to go back to a really healthy diet when I get home. And I've dropped way too much weight. Like I've lost 40 pounds since last year. So I have to start weightlifting again and get back on it.
Brother,
No, it
it's so
sounds like
nice.
you're going through a lot of beautiful stuff. Sorry, Eric. Continue.
No, you're good. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, bro. Keep going.
No, you go.
Well, it's
I
thanks
was
to
just
you
gonna.
guys. You guys are my spirit animals. So you make me feel like I can just grow.
Yeah, dude, you can do what the fuck you want.
We can do
Whatever,
whatever we want in this world, and it's going to be
100%.
good. It's going to be positive, but it ain't
Yeah.
easy.
No,
They
it's not.
actually
It's not.
they I remember this quote from a Chinese business professor. He's like, in China, anything is possible, nothing is easy. Like that was the early China philosophy when they were doing their crazy revolution of
I mean,
manufacturing. They're like,
that's anywhere in the world. That's anywhere in the
yeah,
world. Like you think of some of the Marcus Aurelius, Alexander the Great. the pharaohs, anything, with anything is possible. We just need to believe that we can make it happen, and that's the important component. And it's fun. It could be fun if you do it with people that see it in solution oriented conversations, like you had with these gentlemen, right? So these are type of people that we want to build with, right? Like these are the type of energies that we want to be around, and that's exciting because I'm excited to listen to your developments, and the relationship as it builds with these guys, because I see as your experience will be great advice to kind of what we're building as well, right? So it then allows us to co-create without needing to duplicate or replicate. And I think
Yep.
that's where our great value comes in such a key way, is that we're all working for the same team. And what I love about that is because we're all working for the same team, like it's like, hey, bro, did you think of this, or did you think of this solution, or did you think of this solution? Oh no, let's do this. Like it becomes so much simple. Uh, Whereas in the past, our predecessors would compete against each other, right? And none of that shit is necessary anymore.
Yeah. I love that view. Yeah, we finally discovered that we have access to enough resources. We just need to be very efficient and fair, and they can be distributed to everyone. And we all know that. Isn't it like the dumbest thing in the world? It's like you take 1/4 of Mobile Exxon's profit and you could feed the world. Like that
Right.
type of mentality. It's like it's not that hard. We can't seem to both align ourselves to a correct, like as a humanity, we can't seem to align ourselves to a correct, North Star that's positive for everyone, because otherwise you could just solve so many of these problems so easily, but we all just have too
And
many, differences or challenges or ways we can't get around our own heads and biases that we've all been born with.
that's why
It's
we're
all,
the example,
yeah,
brother. That's why we are being the example, all of us, right?
yeah,
Because as much as so many people can talk about it and say how they're aligning or how they're doing all of this and talk, 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 what I see is a lot of talk. What I'm recognizing within what we're doing is we're not talking, we're doing, we're being,
yeah,
we're figuring out to really uphold those ways of saying, hey, bro, uh, you're talking to your engineering friend that is an amazing miner. We need an advisor for a meeting. Is he okay to jump on? Do you know if he's possible? You figure it out and we make it happen. Like that is
that's
the
it.
level of high state of outstanding standard and integrity that we are operating at. We're not talking about like, oh yeah, we work with other communities and we make things happen. And then when fucking push comes to shove, there's nothing. There's bullshit.
Hmm.
There's just stories. And so this is what I love, because this is what the truth really comes out in our actions.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I yeah, I agree with that and more. But I'm going to hold back. I have so many thoughts going on. I'm just like,
No,
uh,
share. Bro,
I
share. Don't
love that
hold back.
stuff. No, no, no. I was going to go off on like a whole like philosophical tangent, but
Fuck yeah.
because
Fuck yeah.
well,
Do it.
I'm a little unique in certain ways, because I also was that kind of talker in the beginning, but my approach is my talking loudly and not taking action immediately is just because I still haven't found the way to take the action. So that person that's maybe, not producing results today in our eyes might produce results in 10 years. And so I do have a longer lens, and I don't really push back on entrepreneurs as much anymore, because I was a entrepreneur and it's very hard to actually, tangibly do it. But one of the best ways I found to do it was to just keep talking about it and honestly keep over promising. Funny enough, my wife has the exact opposite philosophy, like under promise and over deliver. And I'm like over promise. tell everyone what I'm doing. The worst that can happen is I don't take action and I don't, and I'm a failure, but in whose eyes? In everybody else's eyes, but like not in my eyes, because maybe I'm like, hey, I got what I needed out of, maybe nothing came out of it, but that journey I learned so much. Now let me go try it again. And that's how I, kind of operated. It's a very different mentality, and there's good and there's bad to it. It can be polarizing, but I do that on purpose because by polarizing people as I move along, I'm catching the electrons with me that want to be on the journey, and I'm rejecting the neutrons that don't want to be on my journey. So I have a totally different approach in this way, but I'm just excited because I'm at the stage where I've put in those 10 years of the hard entrepreneur work and the failures and the businesses that haven't done well. I don't know if you guys
But
know
that's
this,
not
but this
from
was,
my
yeah,
perspective, bro. And I'm sorry to interrupt because I just want to like stop you for 1 sec. From my perspective, you failing is not failing. Like you putting in the effort in trying and like wanting and doing something and making it happen, and then discovering that that's not the best way, but you go enough to change the approach and do it over again. In my eyes, from my lens of the world, bro, that's still doing. That's still taking action, and that's still making things happen. Just because it didn't work out doesn't mean you didn't make it happen.
you're
You just
right.
found
You're
another
right.
you just found another way to not do it, right? And so, but there is a different, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the people that behave or talking, sorry, they talk in one way and then they go out into the world and they do an exact opposite,
Yes. That I agree with.
right?
Yes.
It's kind of like the people that are like yoga, meditation, and then they treat people like shit.
I had one of those happen to me. That was so funny. I invited
No,
this
this
one
is very
amazing
common,
woman I
bro.
met. Sorry. Yeah.
No, go. I just wanted to say that's very common that people are like fucked up in that. In talking and walking, there is a very big difference.
It's so funny. There's this amazing woman that I met in Madeira, and I just invited her into our group. Did you see she like popped in and then popped back out in the Bitcoin Atlanteans? I met her there and she was like this free spirit. Her name is Bitcoin for Peace. She invited me to come on her podcast. I invite her to the group. Here's her DM to me. You are promoting NFTs and shitcoins, not my jam. That's a lot of peace and love, my friend. I was like, okay. It's funny. I share articles for knowledge, and people think I'm shilling them shit coins. I'm like, all right. So, yeah, I totally hear you, man. It's so funny and jarring when people are like putting this brand out of what they believe in, and then you're like, well, okay, so this aligns to what you believe in, and they're like, no, it doesn't. In fact, I'm so vehemently against that. Like, yeah, I totally hear you, man. It's funny and it's jarring, but I think you just people are people. Nothing to judge there.
Well, I think by the like I think in I mean from my perspective, when there is the Bitcoin maxi perspective of Bitcoin only, and their thought process is, hey, it's shitcoin or NFT or anything like this, and their soundness and noise or signal and noise. And when you're offering information that is uh, for education purposes and allowing people to understand the differences, is like whenever we share, even the other day when we talked about Michael Saylor and what he's doing for enterprises, and that Lau brought up, oh wait, like I don't think that this is the best use case scenario. What I love about when we're offering any of these information, and even the other day with Rafa, right? Like how she was really upset because of the fact that um of how we didn't acknowledge her project, or we didn't find it interesting in terms of the best case scenario for most people. It was just more about her. And what I believe, brothers, is that people are allowed to share their insights and have their invitation of whatever they want to see. And that's true peace. And true peace and true harmony is allowing that person to be fucking pissed off, to be so upset and angry, but to really hold that space of calmness and peace, and then not projecting things. So even if she doesn't agree with what you're saying with regards to shitcoins or NFTs, and you have a different approach, or whether I agree with it or not, the beautiful thing about having true, open, and peaceful conversations is thoughtful disagreements. But that doesn't mean that you get to just point the finger and judge at anybody. It means that you open up a barrier of entry and say, hey, I'm not creating any more barriers. I'm curious to know your thoughts and why. And I believe that that gives us more of a harmonious approach. So, is it possible to invite this lady, this Bitcoin for Peace lady, into one of these conversations on the Lighthouse and include her in offering a perspective where she can share her insight in a very, just kind of like I invited Rafa the other day, right? To join us on the call. Let's talk about this. Let's have a conversation and enjoy, like have this, because I know that her intent is there, and I know that your intent is there, right? The intent is so pure from both of you guys, and maybe there's a miscommunication. So how can we invite her to share her philosophy and her understanding, and then also you and your understanding, and then see kind of the uniqueness and the similarities, so that because I bet you both, I bet you all, I bet to everybody that when the truth comes out and when the actual soundness comes to the top, the cream will rise to the crop, or the cream will rise to the top. And as a result, we'll start to see that we're not really talking anything different. We're actually seeing so much of the same thing. It's just been perceived differently because of somebody's perspective or their limited focal point, if that makes sense.
Totally. Totally. No, I love your view on this, man. I posted in there. I think your calm and the way you're creating those spaces is great. I think that's the right solution. I struggle with the mindset of like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because as much as I want to spend the time to like help explain what was missing in our communication of this, what I was bringing, because it's funny, she's one of the reasons I posted that link, which is kind of interesting because she's the one that brought up, along with Siggy, this concept of like, Andrew, how can we help market Bitcoin without depending on third-party marketing companies that we all like, centralized marketing companies? And I told her, oh, the answer is non-fungibility. And then she didn't, fully understand that. But then with Siggy, the same conversation came up. And I was like, non-fungibility is a great way to actually market, But I could do that as like a whole, and here's why, and I would break it down for her and everything. And that's a cool conversation. So I would really love to do that. Yeah.
Think
So
of how
I'll
many
invite
other
her.
people. Think of how many other people it would help, bro. Like, think of
Yeah,
how much
everybody
that
needs to know this.
conversation. Yeah, like how much of that one conversation with you two both having a beautiful, thoughtful disagreement and creating clarity and solution in that agreement or disagreement, how many people it would impact and inform and educate.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Okay, I'll make that
Yeah,
happen.
because
I'll reach out
Andrew,
to
you
her.
have some points on fungibility there, and it doesn't have to do anything with tokenization, anything with other shitcoiners. It's just learning about what is fungibility.
Yeah, totally.
Like just the principle, the values of it, how it can be integrated in community, what is to pay attention, like it's super important, like it's super cool topic to explore.
It is really cool.
Without, like we don't have to take any actions on buying tokens or selling tokens, or like developing tokens or whatever. But it's like the way you were unpacking me fungibility is like, I never heard this, like when you say, it's like, yeah, kind of course.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I haven't had this, because it seems like you went into that rabbit hole on many layers, you know, to figure out what is the fungibility.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, bro,
It's
let's do either way. Let's do the like one day just go on like the whole conversation on fungibility, you know, and like if you can prepare and just like educate us, you know, so we can also know about more, you know, what is going on. I think it would be very
Mhm.
healthy.
Yeah, it would be such. I'm gonna try and do it in like a really interesting and fun way, because it's kind of just a very cool concept. So
Mm.
yeah, I'd love to have that conversation. I'll see if I can reach out to her and get something to set up. And she's even running. You know what? She invited me to come be a presenter. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll respond to her and be like, "You invited me to come present. I would like to come and present about this with you." And invite everyone. She's hosting some big like online virtual summit. It's like
Beautiful.
fantastic. Perfect
Yeah, this is
opportunity to
it's a
discuss
great
fungibility.
way, 100%, and to share and encourage her, right, to uphold that standard of peace, right? Because that is something that she stands for, and it's important to her, right? So encouraging with this calmness and this strength and this resilience, hey, you know, like I really value the fact that you uphold these standards of peace. Let's put it to the test by having a thoughtful disagreement and a really conscious conversation about what's true. And you can chat. I'm open for all the, and if you allow her to fully challenge you, right? And you're open to that those challenges, you're gonna be even more prepared for anything that comes into the future as we continue to grow.
I love
What
this.
I see, do
All
you
right.
know, like the way you say her response was like, "Oh, you shitcoining, like shitcoin on your." That seems to me like a learned pattern from online Bitcoin crowd. You
Totally.
know, like full on ignorance, whatever it is, and it's okay if that's chosen by individual, right? And understood, someone understood that, okay, it's just a Bitcoin only, but someone is like a lot of learned patterns, is like a pack quotes, pack, you know, moving as a pack. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that.
herd mentality. Yeah, I hear
And it
you.
could be not, it
Uh
could be not, but anyway, it's cool to bring people in rather than fucking fuck it out.
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. I'm gonna do that. Gentlemen, I am gonna try and go hit the gym, I think.
Go crush it.
Trying?
And
Try? Did you use the word try?
yes, do
What
not
does that mean?
try, but do. Are you about to give it to
Yes,
me?
Yes.
of
Damn it.
course.
All right. All right, game on. Yeah. All right. I gotta go work out. Sorry, guys. Gotta bounce.
Go have a
Ciao.
crusher,
Ciao,
brother.
Andrew.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you
Ciao.
guys. Hey, Eric, that was super helpful. I appreciate that because I really love your style and approach. And I love balancing both my polarizing nature that I can have and then also bringing it back to the very psychological safety tool sets that I know that I have, and I just need to bring them back into play. So I appreciate that, brother.
Likewise, bro. I'm just, I'm here to do. We're all doing our best, right? So I'm here to just be a clear mirror for you, so that we are continuously bringing our best and highest level of standard to the forefront, because we are capable and willing to live at the most outstanding standard that we all believe to be true within our hearts. So let's be those guys instead of needing somebody outside of us, or seeking something outside of us. Let's just be it together and hold those standards for each other, because when we do that for each other, iron sharpens iron, and then we go out into the world and we are able to hold that nature for everybody that we serve. And then as a result, that means that we move together towards a shared purpose. And we all know that we're here towards that shared purpose. So it's easy now.
Yeah.
And how does that has that been evident? Because of our principles.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really a dream to move together to the shared purpose. It's like it's just so fucking cool. Let's go,
It
brothers.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Let me share one other win for you guys that I just
Please,
thought of
please,
that I'm
please.
really excited about. One of my other projects that I think I mentioned maybe was like the private members club in LA
Yeah.
kind of thing, or the membership thing. I'm really happy to report that I think that that's going to come together, and I think Ariel is in the path to make this her project and make this happen. And I'm just so excited for her to potentially have something that's going to excite her, enable her, help her kind of transition away from the PwC corporate life after 10 years of slavitude. And I'm really pumped. And what it's coming together as is going to be pretty incredible.
I
So
can't wait, bro.
curious.
I
I'm
can't wait,
happy
man.
for
Yeah.
her. Send her much
Yeah,
love.
yeah, I'm super excited for that. So
The
that's
way the
all
way
coming
she
together.
cares, the way she cares for you and loves you is just so inspiring. But like
Yeah.
suggesting you stay, like it's just so beautiful. Like share more of your relationship. I love
Please,
listening to it.
yes, we need to hear it, and that's super nurturing to our spirits, brother, because uh, I'm looking forward to having that type of relationship, that type of wife, that type of family, and we have that here in our ways in terms of community and brothers and sisters. However, having that in terms of like a family dynamic, it's what my parents have done for each other, and you're doing with Ariel, and it's inspiring for us because that's a healthy responsibility that you're showing up for each other, with her as a husband and as a father. And brother, this is what a king does, and that's
Yeah,
you,
man.
bro.
I appreciate that, guys. All right, to the gym.
Yes,
To the gym.
we love
Love you
you.
guys. All right, talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Here we are again. Here we are again. You know what I was thinking, that like what I'm craving, that I'm craving to sit with you for hours and talk and philosophize and just be present and in real life. Like I feel, like there's different. Like I wanna hang out with you, man.
I miss you, brother. I can't wait.
Yeah, because we're touching a lot of topics here on these calls, but it's presence is presence. We can go, for hours in direction and another, and just so yeah.
Just like
I think
coffee, tea, and wine. That's all we need.
I don't drink wine. I don't drink
I know you
wine, but
don't.
you
I know
go
you
for
don't.
wine. I will figure out something else if I need. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's yeah. I just wanted to share that. I feel would be cool. I have a longing for that.
Hmm.
It's Saturday today, man. Like the weeks are flying. Without these calls, I wouldn't even pay attention to the days. Now I kind of like have to. Oh, it's Saturday today. What is today? But yesterday is Friday. Okay, because of the youth. Like it's interesting how these calls becomes my recognition of the days. Because otherwise, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm out of it. I'm living in a Bitcoin standard. Blocks that counts. TikTok next block. Day doesn't matter. Yeah, simple. Yeah.
Bro, since Madeira, right? Like we've been doing these calls now for what, 2 months now straight every day. Uh, maybe
Missed
maybe
one
more.
day, 2 days, I guess. Yeah.
But honestly, dude, it's this consistency, right? Like Tony always says, repetition is the mother of skill. I love to add to that, inconsistency is the father of mastery.
Mm,
And
mm,
uh, I believe that for ourselves, we're really showing up for the essence of mastery. And because we're there's a devotion, and devotion is even higher than compassion. You know, like it's such a high form of love, the devotion. Um, it's the noble mission, bro, like we talked about, you know? Like that's what it is. And having that, like I told you the other day, you know, there is so much power in our presence with one another, uh, that as a result, when people just see us reflecting off of each other, they're like, whoa, how do I get around that vortex? Right?
Mm.
And this is, I think, for me, what has been really meaningful. Because yeah, it's an hour every morning, but it's so important. It's so
Yeah.
important. And I encourage anybody like that is ever listening to these back, or anybody that is wanting to like do something, to have a healthy mirror like this,
Mm.
and to just commit every single day to talking about how to make things happen, and not even thinking it from the like the how, the tactics, but just the
Mm.
beingness with one another, and being and sharing. Because I think
Yeah, it's
that
super
that's for us, that's what's
respectful.
made things so clear as we move, brother. You know? And it's
Yeah.
also really what strengthened our bond. Like we've always been close, but this is really what strengthened the responsibility.
Well, now we are both in action, we've been together on adventures, and this is also adventure, but what I'm saying is like we have not done anything consistent until now together. Like more than, go to the dinner, go for a dance, whatever. But this is cool, and yeah, I like it. And I like yesterday to the youth, if they would start doing these kind of calls every day, whatever, and just talk about whatever, like just hold the space and be in the space. And that already it's so it feels so effortless, and the results is as like, yeah, exponential. It's just so simple. Yeah. Whatever the results are. Like, I don't know if we can measure our results. I was thinking about it like one day, like, what do we actually, wait a bit. I'm gonna catch
No worries.
the crowd came to do the work to continue on the rocket. So I'm gonna have some people jumping in. Where were we? Sorry.
Uh, I lost it too, bro. I'm sorry.
So good.
I think when we both feel out of presence, it feels it and it just falls off.
Yeah. And that's beauty. That's where I in the beginning I would be kind of worried to fill up the void, but now I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
silence is also perfect, even online and streaming, and like letting go of that some kind of concept that we are doing here something. Yeah. I was talking about results. Like,
Yeah.
you know what, like, is it because we've been doing this and we talking and we saying that we doing, and you were also like expressing yesterday in youth, as a result.
Yes.
I'm curious to review, our results, if there is such thing. What we, like, how can we, do we need to, in general, like, do I care about it? Not really, actually. It's more, hey brother,
Yeah, I think, bro,
I'm
it's
gonna finish soon, so yeah.
I find that, brother, it's actually about what we're becoming in the process instead of the results. And that's what I'm noticing, is that the purpose, the way is the why. The walking the path is the way and the why. And the results are already here. We're just kind of uh building as we deliver by being. And with regards to the youth, I would encourage, hey, maybe even suggesting, why don't they do kind of like the daily meetups like this? That's a great idea, brother.
I thought that's what you were suggesting to them.
Well, I was suggesting them once every 2 days and stuff like this, but what I didn't think of them to do it like this all the time.
Yeah, open the doors for the youth to jump in from all over the world, just to be in a part of conversation. It doesn't they don't have to come to the event, like it's
Right,
not
right,
not a pitching thing, but like rather being the leader,
right,
being the leader in that case, like showing up, like leading by example, literally.
right.
Yeah. And I think they really got that, that they are, or this was so beautiful yesterday, that they recognize that they are the target, so now it's just like perfect, that's it. Like, where do I want to be, like we can figure it out. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yes, brother, I'm gonna go and check what's going on here. Shall we wrap it up? It's been an hour.
Yeah, bro, enjoy, and I love you, bro, and I will we'll figure something out to get me over there.
We'll figure something out. Yes, we will. Much love, brother. Have a beautiful day, and send me some updates, and yeah, keep in touch. See you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Sunday
big
blessed.
love. Yep.
Much
Bye.
love. Ciao.